Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning. Stocks go up, stocks go down, then we see, okay? Like usual. Real quick here, I'm trying to do something here. Show screen, hold on. Show screen. Okay, you guys can see my screen. What screen do you see? The one that says Ag Stocks or the one that says NVIDIA, Avago, the watch list on that one? Ag Stocks. Okay. So hold on a second. Show screen on main monitor 3. Okay. Main monitor 3. Okay. That's what I needed to know. Okay, thanks. Okay. Let's get going. That's not my main screen. I have 4 screens. That's just other screens that are on my thing. It's just on my monitors. Wanted to see which one, so it looks like 3. Okay. SPX way higher today. Way higher, up 33. So was this? And we told you this last week. We told you a week ago Friday. Sam bought puts and said this is going to go down, and it went down. We did good. Had another great day on the puts the other day, and we had the SPX roll, and you had SPX expiration at the same time, and it took everything down. They just sold everything. They sold NVIDIA. They sold everything. Okay, so that's what you needed to know. Okay, very straightforward. So interesting. Here's a tip, guys. If you can see my Netflix up there, you just go in here, you put your cursor here, and you change the date to 22, and it's valid. You can go change your puts to calls or whatever you want to do and make it 620. See? That's how easy it is to change all the watch lists. It's not hard. It takes seconds, okay? So that's just a tip. Crowd side. So this is not my main screen. This is my off screen. So we have many screens on how we trade, okay? So interesting. So that's what we know. What app is it? So this is Fidelity Active Trader, guys. It's Active Trader, and you watch the premiums. This is you're watching the premiums, right? But because this is not my main screen, I'm not really watching them all, right? And there's a VKTX. Okay, so you had this downturn. Now do we go up? But you have 2 other issues here, okay? You have NVIDIA today. If they were to say something bad or nothing's good, I don't think they're going to, then everything goes down. Then you have the last 2 quarters. You've had the VIX expiration day is a huge down day. So we're way up today. Do we go down tomorrow? Okay, very possible. And then into Powell again. So then we see. And then you have Powell. Okay? Now, if Powell says we're going to slow down the balance sheet or we're going to stop the balance sheet roll-off, that's effectively a rate cut. That means he's starting cutting before everybody thinks he's going to. That takes a rally like you can't believe. It will probably take us to 5,500. That's how big that rally would be. Maybe 5,600. I mean, you can't even imagine if he does that, how big the rally is going to be. Okay? Now, nobody's expecting him to do this, and maybe he doesn't do this. But here's the thing. Do you really think they're going to let the market go down and an issue happen going into the election? I mean, he won't be around if that happens. Okay? That's it. I don't care. Look, inflation, I've talked to you about this before. Let's talk about it one more time. Inflation is not going down, and it doesn't matter if he raises interest rates to 20%, it's not going down. You know why? Because every company that wants to make more money is raising prices. Look at this garbage on Netflix. Just raise prices. The people are like, they're going to raise prices again. Not because they need to, just because they know they can. Okay? Just because they know they can. So all these places, the CEOs get into a room and say, let's screw the world. We're just going to raise prices. Too bad. They're not going to even notice. Chipotle CEO comes out and says, we're not raising prices. And you go into Chipotle and see, they added 5 cents for this. They added 10 cents for this. They had 10 cents for this. Stuff you don't even know. They just lie to you blatantly. Walmart, nonstop raising prices. Nonstop. And they're not going to stop. The interest rate doesn't stop them. And then you're going to say, but people can't afford it. So, look, people are going to afford it. They're just going to pay for it. They do. They may bitch and moan, but they do. Okay? Interesting. Today, look at what Tesla did. Elon raised the price $1,000 and stock's up 7 because it was going to collapse. Same thing. Okay? So just understand that. Those are the events that are happening. Today, you got this. Tomorrow and Wednesday, you got the VIX, and then you have Powell on the VIX. So then we see. Okay? So that's what we know. Okay? Start to learn to watch premiums. You will do better. When you see things like MicroStrategy, we bought 80 points out of the money at 9. Now 300 points out of the money are 60. That's it. Interesting. And it doesn't matter. And if the Fed gets smarter, they can come out. All he needs to do is come out and say, look, it doesn't matter if we put their interest rates at 20%. These people like Walmart are still going to raise prices. That's all you got to tell them. That's it. They're still going to. And as interest rates go higher, that means people need more money, right? They need more money. So that makes prices go even higher. So see, he's stuck. So just understand that. But he can start by stopping the balance sheet roll-off, and all of a sudden everything rips and people make more money. And then we see. Okay? I actually think at some point within the next 2 years, they change their mandate from 2% to 3%. I just think that happens. Okay? Okay, let's get started. Good morning, everybody. SPX was up 37. Last I seen, what is it? Okay, so at 37 a year, you had 51.54. Right back up. 51.54. 51.72. 51.92. 52.09. Downside, 5100 and 50.50. Okay? Avago, this is week 3. We told you. 3 weeks, it doesn't do anything. I mean, it just fascinates me when people start asking me, can I buy Avago? I just laugh. I said, 4 to 6 weeks. And they're like, but Sam, you didn't tell me, can I buy it? I said, 4 to 6 weeks. Don't buy it. It doesn't move. It won't move. It doesn't. Okay? NVIDIA, 909, 937, big number. If 937 goes, you got 972. Okay? Underneath, you got 850. Adobe will be off screen. After today. Okay? Because it's not going anywhere. It's dead. It has a big issue. ASML. If NVIDIA guides way up and they like it, ASML back to 1,000 very fast. Okay? So I actually like the thousands here. Be very, very interesting. Let's see. Okay? Lam Research, same thing. If NVIDIA guides up, this can really accelerate. If Powell were to cut, Lam Research is at 1020, and ASML is at 1050. Now, I don't think he's going to cut, but you got to be aware. Okay, be aware. Okay, 952. Carvana, 83.91. Pan W, 286, 291, 309. But we haven't heard much from the Pan W CEO if their giving away free software is working. Isn't that interesting? AMD, 196, 206. MicroStrategy, all about Bitcoin. If Bitcoin gets through 73,000, this is going to go to 2,000. Okay? Now, here's the thing on MicroStrategy. And I think the shorts that got burned this week, here's what they don't understand. Let's say MicroStrategy has 200,000 Bitcoin. You times it by the amount of Bitcoin is, and that should be the market cap. But their market cap, which was like 3 billion higher, is now 5 or 6 billion higher. They're saying, Sam, the MicroStrategy market cap keeps going up. I mean, that's why I'm going to go short it. But he can come out and issue $1 billion worth of convertibles and buy more Bitcoin. And he can do that every other week. And he can easily raise $10 billion more to add $10 billion more Bitcoin. So then his market cap goes higher. It doesn't cost him anything. So all the shorts that got destroyed by buying Bitcoin and shorting MicroStrategy because they think will get massacred. This is a GME type of move. If he does that every 2 weeks, if he were to just come out and say, we're going to raise money and we're going to buy Bitcoin every 2 weeks, it probably goes to 3,000. Now, I don't think he's going to do that, but he could. And that destroys every one of these funds because they try to make sense of stuff. If you've seen that movie Dumb Money, oh, short this. It's gonna go down tomorrow, next week. They got obliterated. This logic they have for MicroStrategy is wrong. Real valuation doesn't matter if you can issue as much stock as you want, and it doesn't cost you anything on a convertible. So just understand that. Okay, coin 272, big number. Meta finally starting back up again. Can we get through 503? If Nvidia is good, through 503 goes to 520. Okay, SMCI, nice pop back up, but now not supported by SPX. If Nvidia were to go down to 850, SMCI is probably back at 950. If Nvidia goes to 1,000, it's probably through 1,200. Okay, CMG is at near high of year. I mean, very near high of year. Looks like 2,800. NOW, huge move to 291 and failed again. So do we go back there again? 791. And do we go back there again? Then we see Microsoft very strong Thursday, Friday, and now weaker. I believe it was strong because they were adding it to the SPX on a percentage basis, but they're not now. And Tesla, big move, 7-8 points up on a price hike, first price hike. And then we see. Okay? That's what we know. Everybody have a great trading day. See you in chat.